Most of the time when we're training, we're going to use both of our hands, obviously, so we can maximize our effectiveness. But what happens if one of your arms or your hands are taken out of the fight? Let's go over some of the basics of one-handed shooting. So one of the things I see out there, and I was even taught it in law enforcement, was taking more of like a dueling stance, with one of the ideas being that I am minimizing my potential silhouette to the attacker. And while I understand that rationale, I'm just a big fan of keeping stuff simple. So if my basic two-handed shooting stance is something like this, I'm going to tell you, just remove your support hand from that situation and maintain everything else. We're just removing the support hand as opposed to trying to learn an entirely different stance. Because now I'm removing my whole recoil system if I'm shooting in more of a dueling type stance. And even with just one hand on, I'm still having the ability to be pretty quick and pretty accurate. A couple things you're going to have to watch out for here. Number one, we want to make sure that my firing hand is nice and high up in the beaver tail here, as we would with a good two-handed grip. The other one being that I'm going to have more of a tendency here to have trigger freeze. So as you advance in your firearms knowledge, you can potentially have your support hand do a little bit more of the work, but now that my firing hand is doing all of the work, I might squeeze too hard and it might be difficult to articulate that trigger finger. So there's a couple things to watch out for. Alright, so for our support hand, for me it's obviously my left hand. If you're a left-handed shooter, it's obviously going to be your right hand. You're just going to do the reverse. Now I'm going to have my support hand nice and high in the beaver tail, maximizing my leverage over the gun. I'm going to still adopt that same two-handed shooting stance, but now I'm just removing my primary hand from that equation. Just like before, you can maintain a high level of speed and accuracy just with one hand. A couple things to look out for with your support hand is going to be allow your eyeballs to dictate how fast you can shoot. It's going to be easier to outshoot your headlights, so to speak, with your support hand because you're just not going to be as used to shooting with it. But you can still maintain a decently high level of speed and accuracy. So that's your basic foundation for one-handed shooting. Don't reinvent the wheel. Maintain your good stance and your good grip. Just remove your support hand or your primary hand. Now once we get into reloads and malfunctions and things of that nature, if you're doing it one-handed, you got to reinvent the wheel just a little bit. But for the shooting foundation, you are maintaining your principles for stance, grip, etc. just with one hand. Don't reinvent the wheel. I'm Chad with Code 7 Tactical, and we'll see you at the range.